Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you've heard the news by now, but I've been going through the internet looking for the clips to see what they're mad or upset about, and I can't find it. I can't find it. The one that they have on there, I don't see where that's even controversial. The guy's a comedian.
The only thing that I would say as it pertains to Jimmy Kimmel was, where was the joke? Because you're a late night host. And obviously that has a comedic attachment to it. Where was the joke? Obviously it wasn't anything funny about that.
This is the same party, the same group of people who complained about everything is too woke. Comedians can't say anything anymore. They're killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people.
All right, I got to chime in here. Everyone's talking about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended indefinitely from ABC, from his show, stemming from comments he made. One, I guess he was insinuating that the Charlie Kirk assassin was far-right MAGA, one of their own followers. And then two, he made a joke about Trump not really caring or being sympathetic that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Now, I think I have a unique take on this because I run a fairly large media company. I also do media. So you're seeing a lot of people right now, and I tweeted about it right away, being like, cancel culture, the right is so hypocritical, they're so anti-cancel culture, and now they want cancel culture. To me, this is not cancel culture at all. Like, what cancel culture is when you don't like somebody, say me, and then you're like, we want to get rid of Dave. So we're going to comb through everything Dave has said for the past 20 years, and we're going to find things we don't like that don't fit in this time period or whatever. Not just me, anybody. But that's cancel culture. Digging through old tweets, videos, things said to get rid of a person. Your goal going in, it's like, I'm going to get rid of this person I don't like, and I'm going to dig up everything that this person has done their entire life and find some smoking guns and put pressure on people to get rid of them.
What does that tell you? That they don't believe in anything that they're saying, that they've said, that they have no core. All it is if it doesn't fit their particular ideology or belief, then they don't want to hear it. And that's the moment that we're in now. This is a very dangerous and scary moment for America. This should send a chill or a shiver up every American spine, regardless if they're Democrat or a Republican. This is some scary shit. They want people ratting out people who are saying things that they don't agree with, or saying things that they deem to be negative about the sad and tragic death of Charlie Kirk. That's like, to me, it reminds me of back in the day when you had to like rat people out because you believe that they belong to a certain political party. I thought America was beyond that. I guess we're going back to that time now.
He encouraged everyone to speak about their beliefs, whether he believed them or not. Am I a Republican? No, I'm a person. Because I'm standing up for someone that passed away, I'm now being called names in the chat. This is what's wrong with a lot of you people. You will never get far in life. You are sick in the head. Someone just said they're unsubscribing from me. Thank God, please. Because if you believe in vain thems, you're part of the problem. If you're so stupid enough to go against science, please unfollow me.
Jeffrey, what happened to you as a consequence of that going viral?
So about 100,000 people have unfollowed me this week for speaking about Charlie, the entire thing. I can't believe so many people in America are cheering and praising his death. It's honestly disgusting. So while I was live streaming, I found out about what happened in real time, and it was so horrifying and devastating. I've followed him for a few years. Do I agree with everything he's ever said? Of course I don't. But I loved a lot of what he said, and it resonates with me. But the good news is hundreds of thousands of more people have followed me, and they're on the exact same page. So I don't care about the following. It's not about that. I just had to speak my mind.
Have you been surprised, shocked, depressed by the reaction? I'm genuinely stunned. I thought I'd seen everything in the news game going back 40 years. But to see the outpouring of gleeful celebration of a young man's murder for expressing his opinions, and a young man who would deliberately go into the opposition territory, college campuses, and get people to line up and say, come on, argue with me in a respectful way. The idea that he gets murdered for doing that all the time seemed particularly perverse to me. Were you?
Exactly.
How did you feel about it?
I was honestly horrified because I'm someone that's always been outspoken. I love the truth, and for some reason, people are afraid of the truth. I've been told all week he would have hated someone like you. No, he would have respected me because I'm my own person and I know how to have my own thoughts. So when I saw it in real time, I was completely devastated. I can't believe someone that has an opinion is now dead. It's disgusting.
See, that's what they like to do. They like to come out the box, come out the gate and tell you. They like to tell you what someone else would have done or felt or said or anything about you, for which I can't even really say it's untrue. It's just unproven. We had this young lady on, or at least we were watching this young lady with Doc Rich. And I think somewhere in there, she said that Trump would. And it's just like, you don't know Trump. Silly.
He had a family, bro. Okay, he's a prayer. Who else has kids? People in Palestine. I don't care. People die every day. They go for the sign like that, and people can come talk to you about
This is all my sign says.
I don't care. I don't care about a white man who didn't care about me. Obviously, I can stay here if I want to. It's my will. Okay, so why are you still standing here? Girl, I'm not yelling at everyone. I'm trying to fucking talk.
She says she's not yelling.
There's multiple people out here. Why can't I elevate my voice so people can hear me?
Do you believe in free will and free choice? Yes. Because if you do, then you allow him to do that.
That's fine, but I also have the right to make a statement if I want to.
You don't have to yell at him.
Okay,
You don't have to yell at him.
Okay, but
That's all I'm saying. I said rest in peace. They're defending murder.
Project your voice for everyone to hear
They're crazy.
You don't have to yell at him.
Okay, but that's what yelling is, projecting your voice for everyone to hear you. I'm not yelling at anyone in here.
Yeesh.
They're yelling at you?
Yeah, I said murder bad, and they're angry about that. It's actually not illegal. It's not illegal.
I don't care. If Trump wouldn't like y'all, he would actually kick y'all out.
Appreciate you. God bless.
And Trump wouldn't like y'all. He would actually kick y'all out. Like, you really don't. Literally and figuratively, you don't know Trump to say those things, because I don't know Trump personally, but I also feel confident in some of the things that I would assume Trump would or would not do. That's just me. Speaking of just me, you know, I appreciate the subscribers. It's cool. But I also know that, you know, it's an algorithm. And a majority of this is based on views. And as long as I can continue to get views, I'll continue to get subscribers. There's that. Granted, some have unsubscribed for a variety of reasons that go far back beyond this latest tragedy. And I'm here to speak my mind. I'm here for a completely different reason than most would probably assume. You know, I'm not taking subscribers and followers for granted, but I think it's bigger than just that. I think there's more to it than just that. And I've got more that I want to share from Piers Morgan. First, I'm going to share this one here. This is going to be along the lines of, I guess, a liberal hive mind vibe of the meme of the day. And it says here that they cheered over Charlie Kirk's death, but cry over Jimmy Kimmel losing his show or his job. It shows that our hatred of the left is well placed. I don't hate the left. I don't hate the left. Some of the things that they do, they say, that's a different story. But, you know, they stand for. But like the people, you know, this controversial could get me canceled, could lose subscribers. But we've been in this video a few minutes. Beyond the title and thumbnail, everybody's already made up their mind on what this video is going to be. They probably already left their comments and they've already checked out. So I can pretty much get away with whatever I want to at this point. But I don't even hate this Tyler Robinson. Is that his name? Tyler Robinson? I don't hate him. I don't like what he did. And I'm all for the harshest of consequences for him. I don't hate the guy. He's not smart, he's stupid, he's an idiot. You know? He got hooked up with the wrong crowd. I think I got a clip from Keith Olberton, saying that he was protecting his trans lover, boyfriend thing. I'm not really sure how that works.
Now that we can say with some certainty that if Tyler Robinson indeed shot Charlie Kirk, he shot him for personal reasons, because he saw Kirk as a direct threat to somebody he loved. That Robinson was not a stochastic proxy murderer from Antifa or the Groypers or the right-wingers who had so recently called Kirk a fraud, like Laura Loomer. It is then also clear that there is truly only one person whose words created, amplified, mainstreamed, and manufactured this nightmarish environment that has led to Charlie Kirk's death. The leading threat in this country, in this moment, to the safety and the lives of conservatives and Republicans and MAGA commentators and politicians and civilians is not George Soros, and it's not Antifa, and it's not a Democrat, nor a liberal, nor a socialist, nor an immigrant, nor a transgendered person. The leading threat in this country, in this moment, to the safety and the lives of conservatives and Republicans and MAGA is Donald Trump. The individual who's done the most to put the lives and welfare of all of us directly, and also by his perverted lead and demonic inspiration of others, is Donald Trump. The America in which Charlie Kirk was murdered, the America in which Melissa and Mark Hortman were murdered, the America in which Paul Pelosi was beaten, the America in which Donald Trump himself was shot, is Donald Trump's America. More of my commentary on that, and my thanks to Kash Patel for again relighting the Trumpstein fire yesterday on the all-new Thursday Countdown podcast.
And that's mind-blowing, completely ridiculous, asinine. But it's the internet. It's the internet. It's a place, theoretically, of free speech, whether online or not. And that shouldn't cause you to be canceled, let alone lose 100,000 subscribers. But Jeffree Star will get them back tenfold. This is short-lived. Think about Target. Think about Bud Light. Now think about Disney and ABC. This is all a flash in the pan, and in a week, everyone's going to forget it even happened, sadly, unfortunately. And I've got two more I want to share with you here. And I think it's fitting the way that they're positioned here. Cody Sanchez, if you know, you know. If you know who Cody Sanchez is, just drop a 1 in the comments. And she says, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. Free speech, even when it's wrong, is the American way. I've got no qualms with that whatsoever. But there's a difference between left mind and right, like left brain, right brain, I guess is one way we could put it. And the left does not agree. And if they disapprove of what you say, which could depending on the day or their mood or how it personally affects them, will not defend to the death and instead would rather see you meet your death instead of you having the right to say it. And they do not believe in free speech. They do not believe in the American way. Rarely do they ever refer to themselves as patriotic or anyway. This other one here says, this one's the compassionate trigger, the emotional post. Now, before you celebrate Jimmy Kimmel getting fired for saying vile things about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, remember that there are a lot of regular people employed by a show like that. Bookers, writers, producers, and we're celebrating them getting fired too. I disagree.
This, what happened to Kimmel, I would say, is consequences for your actions in real time, statements in real time. He made jokes that people didn't like. He tried to say that the assassin was part of the far right magnet. He's not. And then Sinclair Communications was like, this is garbage. Our people that we, in our markets, they don't want to see this. We're preemptively pulling them off the air, kind of forced ABC's hand. Now, this is not a free speech issue to me. I've always said to our employees, listen, you guys can say whatever you want on your personals. You can do this, but your speech has consequences. If advertisers, if people start putting pressure on me because you're saying things that they don't like, this is a capitalist market. Like when the juice isn't worth the squeeze, decisions have to be made. And for Kimmel, his ratings are down. And by the way, I'm not like, I hated Colbert. I found him annoying to watch. Kimmel I don't watch, but, I take it or leave it. But his ratings are clearly down. He's making a ton of money. He's creating clearly headaches for ABC, and the affiliate then drops him. To me, this is like a business. He's not a journalist. This isn't freedom of the press. He's not reporting, digging. He's telling jokes. He's a comedian. He works for somebody else. Whenever you work for a company or work for somebody else and you are making statements or doing things that are creating headaches for the people up top, you're forced with a decision. What do? Here they decided the easiest move, ABC, Disney, was to suspend him. For example, when Penn bought Barstool Sports, one of the things we agreed upon, one of the guardrails, one of the things I had to agree when we did the deal is that I and Barstool would not make fun of politics and government employees because the government controlled the gambling licenses and they didn't want to create headaches trying to get these licenses. So I agreed to that. That's part of being in business. I wasn't allowed to create headaches for my employer. I knew that. And if I did make fun of, let's say, the Massachusetts gambling regulators, who are the worst people on earth, and trust me, with every fiber of my bone being, I want to make fun of, I would have gotten fired or in trouble. And I wouldn't have been like freedom of speech. I would have known this is what I signed up for. I'm creating more headaches for my employers than benefit that I'm bringing. Essentially, that's what Kimmel's doing right now, right? He's creating more headaches than he is bringing in benefit. Again, this isn't freedom of the speech. This isn't cancel culture. This is Jimmy Kimmel isn't being successful enough right now, right here in time, for all these headaches to be worth it to keep him on the air. And that's in any field. Anytime you work for somebody else, anything you say that creates giant headaches for your boss can end up in career repercussions. That is not cancel culture. That is living in a capitalist society.
I am not celebrating everyone behind the scenes getting fired. I am not even celebrating Jimmy Kimmel being fired. I am appreciative of the fact that what Dave Portnoy said is, in fact, what's happening here. This was a business decision, and regardless of the fallout of the other employees, your boss, your coach, your manager, your leader of your team, whatever it may be, if you're following them and they have a proven track record and history of doing things that aren't in the best interest of the business and the company being profitable, then you yourself are responsible for what happens because you allowed yourself to stay in that position knowing that eventually one day this would happen. Granted, a lot of folks over there thought that this day would never come, but guess what? Here we are. Guess what? Here we are. And yeah, we're not celebrating them getting fired too. This is the left trying to increase and point and place more blame, more guilt unnecessarily, which it water off my back. Okay. You got to think, where was your integrity to even stay or want to stay and work for someone like that? I think this sets a precedent There are jokes floating around, memes on the internet that Jimmy Kimmel now will join the rest of the ladies on The View. But based on what's happening, based on what we're seeing, I think The View could be very well next on the chopping block. And this is not hyperbole, folks. This is not hyperbole. I even saw a post of students walking out of a class because of a college professor going off and saying something vile. And it's now, sadly, unfortunately, as a result of this tragedy, that we are really starting to see the true feelings, thoughts, opinions, emotions, reactions of some of these terrible, terrible people. But I guess it's about damn time.
Well, first at noon, we're taking you out live to the scene where some students at Thurston High School walking out over an employee's comments over conservative activist Charlie Kirk's shooting last week. Thanks for joining us here for KVAL News at noon. I'm John Mayer.
And I'm Brianna Chavez. Now, that walkout started earlier in the day, right around the time school began.
We got the chance to speak with some of those students who walked out to learn more about why they felt the need to do so. Take a listen.
Obviously, at Thurston, we have a history of shootings happening at our school, and murders had happened on that day. So we just don't want to stand for the murder that occurred on that day.
If you're going to be okay with murders, I mean, what else are you really okay with, you know?
Now, the students say they plan on remaining outside until the end of the school day in hopes of bringing attention from not only the community, but the district itself. The post the students are protesting, which has been shared across social media platforms, shows the employee sharing a news article about Kirk's death with the comment, "Good." Now, we did reach out to the district, which says it is aware of the post and concern from parents who are saying, quote, "The views expressed in the post do not reflect the values of SPS. As a public school district, we're committed to providing a safe and respectful environment for all students, staff, and families. While we cannot comment on the individual personnel actions, know that we are taking this matter seriously." Now, we do have the district's full statement available up on our website at
Piers Morgan shares this post, and he says, Jimmy Kimmel lied about Charlie Kirk's assassin being MAGA. And this caused understandable outrage all over America, prompted TV station owners to say they wouldn't air him, and he's now been suspended by his employers. Why is he being heralded as some kind of free speech martyr? It's because the left is fucked up, okay? That's why. Rules for thee, not for me, and trying to apply logic and common sense to anything that they say or do. I can think of much better ways to waste my time. Piers Morgan also said, Don Lemon is going absolutely berserk about me on his Instagram story, which makes me think he's panicking about how he comes over in our interview that drops on Piers Uncensored tonight. He's right to panic. He comes over as a whiny, touchy, arrogant little dick.